Welcome to TMZ Live. It is not looking good for the singer David. From everything we now know, it is very likely, if not all but certain, that he is going to be indicted by a Los Angeles County grand jury for the presumed murder of Celeste Rivas.
This is a grand jury that has been convened since just over a month, at least. About a month ago.
Almost
have been more than that.
2 months.
Right. And that initially, what we had heard is that this was an investigative grand jury, that they were just subpoenaing different people to get testimony, hoping to help police with their investigation.
That was based on a newspaper report.
Right. And what we have now been told, no, this is a grand jury looking to indict someone for the murder of Celeste Rivas. And
we know who the someone is.
And that someone.
David is squarely in the crosshairs of the person who is going to be prosecuting the case. Her name is Beth Silverman. She is, you know, there's a lawyer in town named Marty Singer. We always call him the legal pit bull. She is every bit
the DA's version of the legal pit bull.
Yes. And she has been. As a matter of fact, Alexa, come over here for a second.
We know that she's been, some of the people that she's been grilling.
Coming over.
And they're all, do we have a boom mic over?
Yeah. So Alexa has been down at the grand jury room for a couple of weeks now. And they're in a recess right now for the holiday. But you saw the manager of David, the day-to-day manager, going in and out. And when he came out and talked to his lawyer, he made it clear that Beth Silverman was rabid about this case.
Yeah, Robert Morgan Roth, obviously David's day-to-day manager, been seen with him a lot on tour. He kind of poked at that. He told Beth that he really didn't feel like it was his responsibility.
Well, she said, why didn't you call the cops? She
Right.
said this to him when he was testifying. Why didn't you call the cops?
Yeah, and he explains that Beth was very pushy on that answer, getting that answer out of Robert. But he said it wasn't his responsibility and that he just wanted to continue.
And again, we don't know what the question was before that led to her saying, why didn't you call the cops?
Or something he had said.
Right.
But it's clearly a crime because you call the cops when there's a crime.
Right,
So
she believes there was a crime.
There was something that Morgan Roth apparently knew, because he acknowledges it's not my responsibility, something he knew that triggered Beth Silverman into saying, well, why didn't you call the cops? Yeah. So it had to be something involving a crime. Now, we know that her body was found in his Tesla in a bizarre set of circumstances where in the spring, he made this mysterious trip, David did, to Santa Barbara and spent a couple of hours in the middle of the night.
Right.
And then came back.
And keep in mind, and of course, the car was found very close to the home that he had been renting. I mean, everything from day one.
Renting from, the lease was under the name of the co-manager who was in Morgan Roth's company.
Right. So it's all kind of aligning.
It's all around David. I mean, as they say, like it's closing in. The walls, if you're David, you've got to feel like the walls are closing in on you because the people that they've brought before this grand jury, plus everything that we know about the case already, that lines up around him.
And grand juries,
the old adage is you can indict a ham sandwich. They are going to listen to what the prosecutors present as evidence. And even if this started in some investigatory fashion.
I don't think it didn't.
It probably didn't, but this can morph into something they're going to hand down an indictment. That's what grand juries typically do. You can go on this fishing expedition and investigate, but typically their job is to hand...
We've confirmed this now. Yeah. Multiple sources. It was never an investigative grand jury.
Right, totally understand. So now their job is to take what evidence is presented to them, even with witnesses who may be combative, and hand down an indictment. Whether that is murder or something else, we don't know that yet, or what degree of murder you're going to have.
We do know this. The cops have said, sources within the police department have told us, they are treating this as a murder, as is the DA. So they are looking at this as a murder, and they are looking at David as their primary suspect.
So once this grand jury, look, they may not even need to come back. We don't know.
They could do it much earlier. There's a hearing, I believe, scheduled for February.
Right, and in January. Right.
I don't think they're going to rush
But they
things.
could,
But
well,
that's the thing. It's just so unclear.
they've taken it very carefully this far.
There's
They
some-
don't want to botch it at the 5-yard line.
there's something I know. I don't think that February witness is essential based on, I can't say what I know, but I don't think that witness is essential. So they may wait until then, but they may not. I mean, they could come in at whatever point. And
They could. Why not belt and suspenders? They've been so careful and they've taken so much heat for being so slow and deliberate about this process. I wonder whether they will go through all of the motions. I don't know. You have more
now,
sense.
he is not the only suspect. There are people they believe helped him.
Right.
And
In particular, the night he went to Santa Barbara.
right. And based on what I've been told, I think there's going to be at least one other person who's going to be indicted for this.
Hello, I'm Melodak. I'm from Spring Hill, Florida. And finally, David is on a shopping list to get charged for Celeste's murder. Possibly, because it's still not for certain. We know his manager testified, and I feel like in the beginning, they were trying to pin all of this on the manager for him to take the downfall, but I truly feel this was a multi-person operation. I think David was involved, and I think his manager and possibly even other people. It's just crazy that it has taken this long for them to get this far. And for there still not to be an arrest, just the possibility of an arrest.
Well, you got to think about the circumstances here, that it is a tangled web, of going to Santa Barbara. And then if you're in Santa Barbara, why is the body ending up in a car in Los Angeles by his home?
Dismembered.
Dismembered.
In a car. Yeah.
So there is a lot to unpack here, and I don't think this has been a particularly long time. But remember, with the grand jury, David doesn't testify. He doesn't. I mean, first of all, they could call him, but he's going to take the fifth. But
There's no one refuting the evidence
That's right.
that the prosecutors are presenting.
That's right.
why the ham sandwich can get
that's
indicted.
exactly right.
Well, Christmas around the Kardashian household and Kim Kardashian's household was very furry and also filled with backlash because of the gifts that she decided to get for all 4 of her kids. 4 puppies. One for each kid got their own puppy.
3 turtle doves. No?
And no partridges in a pear tree.
By
Just
the way,
4 Pomeranians.
I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous.
So the backlash is, first of all, the idea that 4 kids are going to take care of 4 puppies
They're not.
is
and
already
especially at that age.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
So there's that, and then there's the fact that she got 4 purebred Pomeranians, and so the backlash has been. Sometimes and we have had this conversation about whether you should get Are you going to show which one of your dogs?
Jack.
He's definitely going to. About whether you should get shelter dogs, should you adopt, or do you buy a purebred? I'm not big on bashing people who get purebred dogs. I once had one. But this just seems very extreme to have 4 when,
Yeah, but they're obviously the kids wanted Pomeranians, right? So if all the kids want dogs for
all
Christmas,
the kids wanted
then,
Pomeranians, do you really believe that those 4 kids are going to take care
I don't know
of
for
those 4
They probably don't even
tiny
know what
dogs?
Pomeranians are.
But the thing is, it'll also give these kids some responsibility if they do take
they're
care
going
of
to take
them.
care of the dogs?
I
You
mean, I
they're
think
gonna-
they'll have some
you
help,
think
but
they're
I
gonna
think
take-
they'll have some responsibility on feeding it and maybe walking the dog.
You
So let
can
me-
say that
Okay.
all you want, and the kids can say that, but you have to, as a parent, at some point realize, yeah, they're saying that. Of course they're saying that because they're going to say whatever they want to get whatever they need to get the puppy, but they're not really going to take care of the dogs.
So I have something to say.
Usually do.
I do.
as
so,
one does.
About 4 months ago, I have a dog walker because I'm at work all day long, and she found this little dog that was dodging cars in Venice, California, and on the streets, had a chipped tooth, no collar, anything. And we adopted this dog. And this dog is so incredible and appreciative. I'm telling you,
He told you?
you can tell. This
All right,
dog.
while he looks up the photo,
No,
let
I've
me tell
got
you
the
what
photo.
PETA
I want to
is
show.
saying
I just
about-
want to show
all
you the
right,
photo.
Here we go.
I just want to show you the photo. Okay.
It's a real
This is-
rags to riches story.
So this is Jack, and he is the best dog. He is so sweet.
Seems real aggressive.
He's not. He is so sweet.
What's with that?
He's just amazing. And I swear to God, they don't forget.
There are two different issues here, right? There are two different issues because even if she had adopted 4 dogs from the shelter, you'd still go, this is not going to work out.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
It's not going to work out well.
But they have someone, they would at least hire someone.
It's a gag. But it's a gag.
Right.
And you get 1 dog for 4 kids.
Right. One
you
dog
get
for
1
4
dog
would have
for
been
4 kids.
Plenty. And then you can at least split it up and say, all right, you're going to take care of the dog on these days, you're going to take care of and there's a better chance
as opposed
of success.
to you're responsible for every day with this dog and you're responsible for every. It's like at least it's 1 dog.
What you said about it being a gag is exactly how PETA feels. They said puppies are not plushies, and it's a damn shame that Kim missed the chance to be a spokesperson for shelter pups and instead is being rightly slammed on social media for that.
I get your guys' point that there's obviously shelter dogs that need a home and stuff, but the fact that you guys think that these dogs aren't going to be taken care of is ridiculous. Whether by the kids or not.
Someone is going to take care of them, I would imagine, I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I don't think that Kim is into abusing animals, so yes, the dogs will be taken care of, but the kids aren't going to get the lesson that Kim was hoping that they would.
And shout out to Stanley, too. Stanley's a rescue, too.
Hi, my name's Catherine. I'm from Texas, and I think that the dogs are obviously going to be cared for properly. I mean, she has plenty of money to care for them, and I'm sure the dogs and everything are probably going to live a better life than most people anyways, so I don't understand why it really matters what she does as long as she's taking care of them and they're living safely. It doesn't really matter.
Hey, by the way, I just realized something about the Pomeranians. Isn't that Paris's thing?
Yeah. She has like
this
13.
Is yet another rip out of the Paris Hilton playbook?
God, she's just doing unbelievable.
Coming up.
The dating trend now is to have your parents take over your dating apps. They call it swipe fatigue.
The level of laziness is
I don't know that it's about laziness, but it has actually worked out for our guest, Chloe Tucker Kane, who you'll know from owning Manhattan.
Harvey, it's not laziness, it's bad taste, is what it is.
Oh, okay. I was confusing the two.
Be right back.
Well, Gen Z and millennials and even younger than them just never fail to amaze me at what becomes a trend. This one I would never have seen coming. The dating trend now is to have your parents take over your dating apps. It's like they call it swipe fatigue. They're just tired of doing it. So bringing in a new perspective.
It just adds the level of laziness is
I don't know that it's about laziness, but here's just a little sample of what's happening out there in the dating world.
He's gay. These guys are all so in love with themselves.
No, needs a haircut. Why, he looks high. Look at that lip. Why not have a shirt? I mean, I'm just saying.
Zeke, you got jump scared.
I would not. This just seems fraught with all sorts of peril.
I'm fascinated.
To have your parents looking over your dating profiles.
I am fascinated by this.
It has actually worked out for quite a few people, including our guest, Chloe Tucker Kane, who you'll know from owning Manhattan. She's one of the real estate agents on that show, and did this years ago, before it was trendy, and it has worked out for her. Chloe, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hi, boys. I have to say, Harvey, it's not laziness, it's bad taste, is what it is.
Oh, okay. I was confusing the two.
Saying that you're saying that you just realized that you have bad taste, it's not working out, so call in mom or dad from the bullpen?
I didn't realize anything. My mother basically said, Chloe, you have terrible taste. You date nothing but losers. Do you want to end up alone for the rest of your life? And I said, okay, fine. If you want me to do it, if you want me to date, you do it. So she did.
And you married him, right?
Oh yeah, I'm married. My in-laws are here with my 2-year-old baby as we speak.
Which app were you on when your mom found your now husband?
My mother, she went on every single app. It wasn't one, but she ended up finding him on Hinge. But we were on everything: J-Date, J-Swipe, Raya, whatever the app was that existed 8 years ago, she was on it.
Okay, so look, congratulations that it worked out for you. I mean, seriously, that's great. On the other hand, parents often want their children to live the lives that they want them to or that the parents wish they had. And, you know, there are parents who push children into becoming a doctor, a lawyer, and not because the kids have a passion for it, it's because the parents think it's the right thing to do. And the kids end up kind of miserable. So why superimpose their taste and their values over your life? I know it worked out for you, but generally.
I think it's a good point. I think the first thing I will say on that, what convinced me, my mother said, listen, I ended up with somebody who I picked solely on looks. And I don't want you to fall into the same mistakes I made, which is ending up with someone who I didn't match with on morals, financially, anything else other than what they looked like.
Are you calling are you calling your husband not good looking?
Well, I will say his pictures do not do him justice. And it's actually funny. I swiped left on him multiple times in the past before my mother took matters into her own hands. And I think a lot of times our parents see the best in us, and they see a lot of times sometimes what we're missing. You know, daddy issues 101 over here. I was only going after the guys who looked good. And she said, what about, you know, where they went to school? What are their morals? What is their religion? What do they believe in? And those are all the things that I clearly was not doing.
The other part of this that when I first read this, I thought, do you want your parents anywhere near essentially your sex life, right? Because that's part of dating, and that they're going to have to in some way weigh in on, and you're going to have to have conversations with them about aspects of your sex life.
They're going to be there regardless. It doesn't matter if they met them for you or you met them yourself. But the benefit is that if they pick the guy, you're basically ensuring that everyone's going to get along for the most part. Because even if there's things about him that she doesn't love, she's like, well, I picked him. You know, this was my doing. So, you know.
Is this more a mother thing or a father thing in terms of getting advice?
I mean, for me personally, it was always my mom. I can't speak for everyone, but
We saw some people in that video in our intro there. The dads were weighing in as well.
They know best. I know everyone says, oh, don't put it into your parents' hands, but who knows you better than your parents? They're going to know.
What if the parents are divorced?
Listen, I, couldn't tell you. That's a great question. I haven't seen my real father since I was 1 year old, so I don't know what it's like. But I will say, you'll get two different opinions. Maybe it'll bring them together, make the whole family be able to.
Now that would be a dating miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so it's worked out. So how long have you been married now, Chloe?
We've been married 5 years, together for 8. And everything's so far so good. He won't film with me for owning Manhattan, but besides that, that's probably for the best.
Oh, really? What does he do?
He's in finance, so got to keep it separate.
And was that part of why mom liked him? Did she like his job? Was that part of it?
Totally. She was like, he's British. He went to a good school. He has a great job.
I mean, this guy sounds like every mom's dreamboat. Like, of course, your mom was like, yeah, this guy's perfect.
Totally. And when she first showed me him, I was like, absolutely not. He's not my type. Never in a million years will I date this man. And I actually stood him up.
Marry him.
And then the third time I finally said, okay, I'll meet him. And that was it.
Okay, so finally. So
Yeah.
if the parents get so invested, and not you because it worked out for you, but if their kid is just not into the person that the parents chose, I could see parents putting pressure on. Oh no, you gotta like this guy. I mean, it's almost like that they have a stake in it, and you can't pull the ripcord as easily as if they weren't involved.
Harvey, I went on 30 dates before I found my husband. We were doing it like a business. She would chat with all these guys.
Oh my
and if
God.
she liked them, I would take over and text, and I was doing like 2-3 dates a night. And I was always
Wait, your mom was actually screening them? She wasn't just picking them for you and saying, like, contact this one? She was doing...
No. She was having full conversations with these
Oh
guys.
my God.
That's going too far.
Are you serious? And they played ball? They played ball?
Well, they didn't know it was her. They thought they were talking to me.
Oh my God. So your mom posed as you?
Yes.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
I mean, it got the job done. And I didn't have to do it. Talk to a bunch of losers, all day and night. Let her do it. She was bored. It was fun for
All right. I'm not recommending this for the average
love
viewer,
this story.
but it's great that
I
worked out for
love
you,
this
Chloe.
story.
Yeah.
Wow,
It gets,
Chloe,
it gets crazy.
you made my day. This is
I'm so
fascinating.
glad. Yeah,
Wow.
it really is.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be there are a bunch of moms sitting at home right now going, I got to get my kid in shape.
This is a
not-
great
You guys,
story.
the conversation. Apparently, her first thing to him was, "You look like you like to dine al fresco." And when I told him about it, he was like, "Yeah, you figured. I don't even think you sound like the type to say that." I was like, "I don't even know what that means." So here you go.
Okay, this is the best. Loved
All
having
right.
you. Loved having you on. This is
Thanks,
great.
Chloe.
Thanks, Chloe.
Bye, boys.
See ya.
Coming up.
Well, finally, Jay-Z can stop having to pay all the bills.
Man.
Beyonce just not carrying her weight around. I'm kidding, of course. She has now reached billionaire status, according to Forbes.
She made the money to push her over the line on her 2 tours, and the country music really was made the
Cowboy
difference.
Carter tour
made the difference.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too. Did you just say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. Well, finally, Jay-Z can stop having to pay all the bills.
Man.
Beyonce just not carrying her weight around the house. I'm kidding, of course, but they did have reason to celebrate this morning because she has now reached billionaire status, according to Forbes, which
She can pay the rent.
Yeah, exactly. Jay said, "All right, you take this month." He, of course, was already a billionaire. I think
2.5 times over.
2.5 billion.
And she made the money to push her over the line on her 2 tours, and the country music really was made the
Cowboy
difference.
Carter tour
made the difference.
Really put her over the. I think they said that was 400 million
Yeah.
that she made.
450 million off the
and then 600 for the
for the Renaissance
for the
tour.
Renaissance
But like
tour.
everybody thought the cowboy country stuff wasn't going to work for her, and that's what kicked her right over the edge. And now she's only one of 5 musicians. Did you know there's only 5 musicians that are billionaires?
I'm surprised at that.
So Jay,
Bruce
Taylor,
Springsteen,
Springsteen, and
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
And Rihanna.
But Rihanna made her money more from the beauty products
From Fenty.
Right.
than music.
Yeah, and like Taylor Swift was basically just music, and so is pretty much Beyonce. She has like clothing companies. She has a few.
But
other
Beyonce
things,
did something smart because
With her company, Parkwood.
She owns her tours, so she's not like giving a cut.
So she's fronting the money for this. She doesn't have
That's
to pay
right.
back the label.
That's right.
So all the money she makes from her tours is profit.
So now the question, does she settle back and say, okay, I did it? Or does she say, okay, now I got to get $2 billion?
Well, now she has to beat Jay-Z.
See, is it that competition?
Sure.
Yeah, that's more
Why?
fun.
I
It's
don't
more fun
think-
that way.
No, I
Why?
don't think she's thinking I got to beat Jay-Z. But the fact of the matter is, find me one person in history who is a self-made billionaire and then decided, oh, I got to $1 billion, I'm done.
Right.
The reason they became a self-made billionaire is because
Yeah, but they're
ambitious.
There are people who
and they're not thinking about the money. They're just thinking about, I
There are
want to do
people
this.
who drift off into the sunset and live in some exotic place. There are people who do
Can
that.
you get knocked off the
Who's done that?
billionaire list, or like once you're a billionaire, you're like a
Kylie
settled-
Jenner did.
Oh, okay.
Kylie was knocked off.
When she's back on, but
So that's
for,
something
at
to
least
fight for.
again, this is by Forbes calculations, as we often say.
And they don't know. I
We
mean,
don't know
They just
all
don't.
the.
Because how
They're
do
doing
they
forensics, right? They're
No,
doing forensics and they're
baloney.
trying to piece
Can I
it
just
together.
say, this is all smoke and mirrors. How do they know what their taxes are?
Mm-hmm.
How do they know what their various forms of income are? Maybe they know music,
Right.
if there's, but even that,
How do they know how much money they're giving away?
Yeah, I mean, how do they know any of that stuff? And
All right, so what you're saying is she might not actually be a billionaire?
Or she may be $1.5 billion heir. I mean, no, I mean, she may have been a billionaire 2 years ago, for all we know.
Exactly.
These are, I'm sorry.
So we're sorry, we didn't mean to waste your time with this whole segment.
Hi, y'all. I'm Tristan. I'm from Louisiana. I'm a huge Beyonce fan, so this is exciting to sit and talk about her and another accomplishment. To be honest, I do feel like she's low-key been a billionaire. She just doesn't have to explain it to anybody, honestly.
Maybe.
I do like her perfumes, and I do think her hair products are helping boost her brand and money up as well. I do see her hair products are being doing well on a lot of people's scalps. I haven't tried it, but I'd rather put my money on the concert seat and secure that than other things.
You said you're from Louisiana, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much have you, by the way, how much have you contributed to Beyonce's fortunes? Just in concert tickets.
I went to a Renaissance tour and I spent like $400 for a floor seat. And then I went to a Cowboy Carter. That was way more expensive than Renaissance.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I didn't spend any crazy money. I just spent like $200, I think, on Cowboy.
You listen, you kicked in enough. That's fine. You've done enough.
He's from Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
Name the song that starts with Down in Louisiana.
Down in Louisiana. Down in Louisiana.
Name that tune. Name that
Born
tune.
on the Bayou.
Nope. I'll give you one more hint. Where the alligators grow so mean.
Which old ass song is this that I don't know? Go ahead.
Poke Salad Annie.
Yep.
It's a great
like
song.
I said.
Coming up.
Britney Spears, definitely not in the holiday spirit. And based on something she posted last night, didn't go well with her family, which is not surprising at this point, but there is all sorts of sarcasm here.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Britney Spears, definitely not in the holiday spirit. And based on something she posted last night, didn't go well with her family, which is not surprising at this point. We know that she certainly has next to no relationship with her father. She's been on and off with her mother. It does seem like Jamie Lynn, that she's settled things with her sister.
But that's been rocky too.
Yeah, and even that's been rocky. So what she had to say was a Christmas greeting, a belated one, she said, but there is all sorts of sarcasm here. Merry late Christmas to my beautiful family who have never disrespected me, harmed me, ever done anything completely unacceptable or caused unbelievable trauma, the kind you can't fix. To my dear, sweet, innocent family, so sorry I was busy this Christmas, but I will definitely show up and surprise you soon. I think the second part is a reference to Jamie Lynn because she also called out one of Jamie Lynn's kids, said something about Ivy and I can't wait to see you.
So
maybe she's fine with that.
She has, over the years, expressed grievances clearly about her dad, about her mom, about her sister, about her two sons,
and sometimes even
about
her brother.
Kevin Federline,
Yeah.
sometimes about her brother. The reality is, I mean, you can't get mad at her because she's got an issue that caused her to go into this conservatorship in the first place. And it has not gotten any better. And I'll tell you, every time I see this, it just really gets me mad that the people who fought for her to get out of this conservatorship, well, how's she doing now, folks? How's she doing now? She is completely isolated. She is making her own decisions about medications, what to take, what not to take. And she is living an isolated life.
And then suddenly she just has these outbursts, And again, this greeting to her family came on Sunday, so several days after Christmas.
And the thing about her
But
family
clearly,
is they wanted and want a relationship with her. I mean, her dad has never, and look, I mean, I'm just going to say it. I've spoken with her dad over the years, many times, during the conservatorship and everything else. He has never once said a bad thing about her to me, ever.
And we do know one person she spent Christmas with was Jaden, her son. What's interesting is Sean wasn't there. We know that her and Jaden have spent some time together, like in the last year or so.
Yeah.
It is interesting that Sean is like, we were told like he had work obligations, but let's be real, who's working on Christmas? So what was he really doing? Does he not want a relationship with his mom? I mean, we know that, she obviously has her opinions on Kevin Federline, and she said a lot when his book came out and stuff. So maybe, that he's taking a side there.
And you know what? Maybe you could certainly make the argument Kevin shaded her in that book.
Of course. But that was their life together.
And she can have grievances and all, but it's every single family member.
Yeah.
Every single family member.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is so sad because I don't know. It brings me back to this conservatorship.
Because she's dealing with her health, and that's, you can see that expressed every time she posts these things.
Yeah.
It's not just that she's angry at them; it's what underlies the whole thing.
Exactly.
Hi, this is Andrea from Miami. I feel for Britney, I really do, especially after reading her biography. I mean, how could you not? I don't think she'll ever get any type of justice that I feel like she's seeking through the courts. But hopefully through her posting on social media, posting her own truths, she'll get some type of justice through the court of public opinion.
I mean, the best you can hope is that her posting these things helps her feel better in the moment or on that day, but it's not doing anything to bridge any
She is living a
relationships.
life of isolation.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing.
Well, here's someone who had an incredible Christmas. One that she's being criticized for obvious reasons. I think Alabama Barker.
For going public with it.
Right. Alabama Barker decided to share what she calls her Christmas haul. And by some counts, we're talking about $200,000 worth of gifts. Here is just a little bit of what she shared with her followers.
This is T. Like, she's a classic. She's timeless. Kylie got me this Chanel vintage, like, vanity case. Super, super cute. And Kendall got me this Balenciaga, like, bag. It's so beautiful. Kendall did her big one. This is so pretty. My new baby, my new child. I can't even look at her. You're so beautiful. Courtney told me that Kylie helped her pick this one out. And also my dad got me this love bracelet. I get one every year.
So look, here's the thing. There is a lot of suffering going on in this country right now, and it's actually made its way all the way to the White House, where people are talking about affordability, and Trump was saying it was a hoax, and now he's kind of backing off that. But it's an issue, and it's so tone deaf. It is just, it is so tone deaf.
You can say, you could say that, look, her parents and her stepmom has money and all of the Kardashian, and that's great.
Keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
It shouldn't matter how much money you have. It's that one bracelet she showed is a $32,000 bracelet.
It's the show, but
that's
fine.
again,
The money. It's not. No one's going broke in that household from giving each other those gifts. But
I mean,
sharing it like
why
that.
are you
And
showing
you're like
that?
flexing it.
That's the part.
Birkin bag is like you could buy a car.
Yeah, I mean,
but we know people buy Birkin
she
bags.
got a couple of $100,000 worth of gifts
over social media.
And look, if people want to give her that, that's on them to give it.
Completely.
And it's fine.
The part that she's getting dragged about is the sharing it
It's
and
like,
very.
And it's so Marie Antoinette.
It's also, by the way, how old is Alabama?
She turned 20 on Christmas Eve.
20. I also don't. Who's getting that many gifts? Like
Yeah,
she is.
no.
I obviously she is. I just have a
It's
different
crazy to
idea
flex
of like
it on social media.
once you get over, I don't know, 16.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be opening gifts like you're an 8-year-old. That's just me. I'm not,
Well, I happen to agree with you on that. But you know what? If it's a gift that's not that, okay. But I mean, Jesus. I mean,
that is
tone deaf.
Hi, I'm Amber Nicolette, and I'm from Florida. So first off, I want to start off by saying gifts are not the reason for the season. But what I do think about gifts, they are a kind gesture. And if somebody wants to show off that kind gesture, then so be it.
How is it not about gifts if she's doing what she's doing? That if you're saying it's not about gifts, it's all about gifts. That's what she just did.
Maybe that's her thought, but that's not my thought on holidays. I'm not going to put words into her mouth, though. I think she was just showing off her gifts that she got. A lot of people do that.
What if she had to show it all off?
Why? You think that was
because it was their brand deals, and the reason that everyone got those things, they didn't actually pay for it.
Then here's what you say. She cares about what's on social media. I know that.
Yes.
She cares. Her family cares.
Yes.
And so you say no. You say, I can't do that.
Coming up.
Chappell Roan experiencing what a lot of people, I think, did when they heard the news about Brigitte Bardot, who died over the weekend at 91. This is what Chappell said initially when she heard the news. She, meaning Brigitte, was my inspiration for Red Wine Supernova. Rest in peace, Ms. Bardot.
Well,
And
then she Googled it.
Be right back.
Chappell Roan experiencing what a lot of people, I think, did when they heard the news about Brigitte Bardot, who died over the weekend at 91. French actress, sex symbol, one of the first of the 20th century, certainly. And there were people who were like, oh, it's so sad, and she was an inspiration. This is what Chappell said initially when she heard the news. She, meaning Brigitte, was my inspiration for Red Wine Supernova. Rest in peace, Ms. Bardot.
Well,
And
then she Googled it.
This is what Chappell said when she did that research. Holy blank, I did not know all that insane blank Ms. Bardot stood for. Obviously, I do not condone this. Very disappointing to learn.
So is she still saying rest in peace?
I think this is your classic, like.
I mean, is she still saying rest in peace?
I feel like she is, but this is like your classic, like not doing your research on who the person is. But like you said, that she has that song that's a huge hit where she says like, Playboy, Brigitte Bardot. Like she sings Brigitte Bardot word for word. Her name calls her out in the song. So clearly people are looking at Chappell as soon as Brigitte
What I don't
dies.
understand about that is if she wrote that song and recorded that song,
she didn't do the research.
Somebody,
Exactly.
but didn't somebody at that point say, wait a minute?
Right. So it's
It's
weird
kind
that
of
Chappell's
against
now
you. Yeah.
figuring out who Brigitte Bardot really is, I guess, or at
But
least
nobody in her fan
To be
base
clear, if you
looked
hadn't
it
done
up.
the research,
and Chappell Roan is very much on like the left end of things, very much LGBTQ rights, and as we know, like Brigitte Bardot was
Very
kind of
very
against
far
that.
right,
So
anti-LGBTQ,
right.
anti-immigration. Yes,
something that
a lot
Chappell
of-
Roan is very
I
much
just
an
find it
advocate for.
She did love
remarkable.
animals.
Find it,
It's
yeah, she
true.
did love animals.
Yeah.
Remarkable that none of her fans
This
called
whole
this out
time.
when she recorded it.
Exactly. And she didn't even know, I guess, until now. So
Hey guys, I'm Patty from Houston, Texas. Like, makes sense that Chappell used her in her music and Red Wine Supernova. It's like a lyric in her music. She's an iconic sex symbol. You can see her influences in the brand in like the cultural way. But it's also a good moment for her to take and be like, okay, I didn't know this. I learned. I also didn't know these things, right? So I want to point out that I don't align with that.
Does she change the lyrics when she performs?
When she performs it
Yeah,
now,
does
will
she change the lyric?
Or maybe she just won't perform that one. I don't know.
I
I'll just take
feel
that line.
no, that song is so iconic. She has to continue to perform it. I think that's something her and her team need to go back and decide because it wasn't a problem. It was a top hit song.
Well, maybe instead of Brigitte Bardot, it's a bridge too far. How's that?
Not sure it's going to work in the rhyme, but sure.
One of the things that happened at TMZ in 2025 was we launched this TMZ After Dark experience, which is a party on wheels with a DJ and a celebrity host and, you know, going to bars and getting free shots and riding the bull at the Saddle Ranch. And it has been so popular and successful. It is the best party in LA, period. And
It's been so successful. We've been able to buy uniforms, which you see us wearing now.
Yeah.
And soon everyone's going to be
on
wearing
our back
this.
it says After Dark. So this weekend was the great way of ending 2025.
It was the best way to end this year, especially with Paula Deanda, this early 2000s pop star that just walked on the bus and immediately started belting. She immediately started singing her hit song, Walk Away, and throughout the whole night, she continued with these amazing live performances. At one point, she didn't even have a track. She just sang without it, and you could just hear how beautiful her voice was.
Skills.
Where'd they go?
That's skills.
They went to the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
By the way, just one of the great places in
Yeah, they
Sunset
had.
Strip.
They also had like a holiday reunion party with Scooney G and friends that had like 47 performers.
Rainbow
there.
Bar and Grill is fabulous.
We got a live performance there. Everyone got to watch this live band.
It's a must-see when you come to LA, and it's great. Free! I want to know, just real quick, where did they go?
Saddle Ranch, which gave us free food too.
Yes, they
Free
ran
food
Not
and
just
shots.
riding the bull?
Not just riding the
Not
bull. They
just
gave us
riding the
food
bull.
too, and then we went to Beaches, which has been like
Beaches is the best part.
so much
So
fun.
good.
So much fun in West Hollywood. I go there all the time now. That's one of my spots.
And he's not even getting
Extra fun.
By the way, the Saddle Ranch gave us chicken and quesadillas. And then one of the vegetarians was like,
Okay,
aw.
I'm done. We cannot
We're
charge
giving away
this.
too
We
much.
cannot charge this what we charge for this thing.
And carrots to the vegetarians.
Coming up.
Diddy was not happy with the Netflix documentary. However, he's probably going to be a bit happier with the one coming out on the Zeus network because his sons are the subjects of this documentary.
I don't know about this, man.
Be right back.
Well, we know Diddy was not happy with the Netflix documentary that 50 Cent produced. However, he's probably going to be a bit happier with the one coming out on the Zeus Network because his sons are the subjects of this documentary. And the trailer just dropped for this. By the way, it seems pretty clear that Diddy is also going to be making an appearance on this.
I don't know about this, man.
What do you mean?
You know, it's like, okay, he got trashed in the Netflix documentary, but just leave it alone. If what they're trying to do is rehabilitate him, then you know what? Time will take care of that. And it's not like people are going to forget some of the things that came out, but as memories blur, if he just goes away for 2 years in prison, when he comes out, it's going to be more of a hazy memory. And it's going to be easier for him.
But it is true that throughout
the whole
the trial,
narrative in the
throughout
news.
the trial, people were wondering what the kids were thinking, sitting in court, hearing all this.
And
stuff.
don't forget, one of the kids released a diss song. Christian, he actually dissed 50 Cent. You know, so this is just a continuation.
Keep it alive.
But it's
Just
a continuation.
Keep it alive. No, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
You got to defend your dad.
No. I mean, the way to defend your dad sometimes is silence. And if they just do nothing in 2 years. It's going to be, I mean, look.
You're saying that having them on camera trying to justify some of the things
keeps it alive.
Just keeps it alive.
Yeah.
Well, that they'd be better off saying nothing.
They already got 50 Cent's attention. He said, I want to see this show.
Oh, I'm sure he does. And then he's going to react to it. And then it just keeps going and going and going so that by the time he gets out, it's still fresh.
Yeah.
It's still fresh.
For sure.
Big mistake.
Hi, I'm Demetrius. I'm from Indiana. And personally, I believe the documentary is them showcasing their emotions and how negatively this entire thing has impacted them. I don't believe they're trying to showcase or show like a narrative or anything. I believe, if anything, it's just kind of clearing the air around their image and how they're being publicly perceived.
I think there's going to be a narrative because they said in the promo they're having conversations with Diddy on the phone.
So what are they going to do? You know,
the only reason to include him is because you are trying to create some sort of narrative.
And big mistake.
Yeah.
Coming up.
There is a lawsuit that has been filed in Florida over a toilet. A man who said he went to an Outback Steakhouse and he says it just exploded underneath him.
Be right back.
There is a lawsuit being filed that has been filed in Florida over a toilet that blew up on a man who said he went to an Outback Steakhouse in Florida. I believe it was in Ocala. And he says it just exploded underneath him while he was sitting on it. And he was injured.
It turns out there are a lot of cases with exploding toilets and all over the country. So this is a...
But exploding, there's one thing when you say exploding toilets, like it overflows and water comes shooting
I'm talking
out.
about...
This guy says that the whole toilet itself just shattered
I'm telling
underneath
you,
him.
There was something, I remember this years ago. It made a lot of news where the toilet just blew up. And, you know, and I don't know whether it's natural gas. Sorry. But, you know...